This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, so good morning, all of you, and welcome back to the session that is Big Data Masters program. And guys, we are going through with distributed processing with PySpark. So, from the PySpark perspective, distributed processing with PySpark, and like from this particular module perspective, what we have seen, like what is data frame And over here, what we have discussed, like data frames are nothing but higher order API from the Spark side. And these particular, you can say, elements came in Spark 1.6. In Spark 1.6, we were having data frames, and these are having certain betterment with respect to the Catalyst optimizer. Previously, we were dealing with RDDs. So RDDs were lower level API, or we can say executing on directly onto the Spark core. So those are lagging with respect to certain optimization stuff that is given by data frames, and data frames are the most easiest part from the Spark side. And nowadays, like we are working onto the data frames. However, like there are certain things which are there inside the RDDs, and certain betterment which are given by data frames. So this is the approach in the industry, like mixed variant of both of these two modules, say data frames and RDDs. So mixed variant is utilized. And what is the betterment that is given by RDD? So say if you want to have anonymous functions, so with the help with data frames, you can't apply anonymous functions. So what you need to do at that particular time, so at that moment you need to convert data frame to RDDs. And if you want to have the betterment from the data frame side and you are working with RDDs, then there are, you can say, options. With the help of that, you will be able to convert RDDs to data frame. We will be going through with those particular aspects, but that is what we have discussed, like what is data frame. Conversion, that is still remaining. How to convert an RDD to data frame and data frame to RDD. Then what is that data frame? That is fine. Then how to create data frame? How to create data frame? So over here, what we have seen, like in Spark, there are three main things, like reading data, and processing that particular data in order to get certain outcome, processing data, and then sharing the output, or you can say write the outcome. Okay, these are like mainly three actions that we are going to perform on to top of a particular data in any application, and same thing is replicated over here in Spark as well. Like we are going to read data, then processing data, then write the outcome. Okay, so creation of data frame, like over here, like why we are going to create data frames, because like we want to go through with these particular aspects, and in order to create data frame, we need to have spark session. So previously, once we were dealing with RDDs, then we were having Spark context, and Spark session, that is, you can say, for data frame, and this is the entry level for data frames to work with Spark. Without Spark session, you will not be able to work with data frame. So Spark session is mandatory. If you are like writing the code onto the shell with the shell prompt, then this Spark session is given by automatically. You will be having Spark session over there. But if you are working with certain IDs, say PyCharm or Jupyter, so at that moment you need to create the Spark session, and that's what why we have seen, like how to create a Spark session as well in order to create the Data frame. Data frame, why we need to create, like because we need to deal with these particular operations. Then we have gone through with data read API, data read API from the Spark side, data read API. And inside the data read API, what we have seen, like standard data read API, like how to infer the schema, how to define schema, basically schema. And once we were dealing with schema definition, then we have seen three different modes. Like you can leverage Spark inbuilt functionality, that is infer schema, or you can define the schema with the help of, say, DDL string. You can define the schema with programmatically define the schema. And over here, what we have seen, like struct type and struct field. So these are the two main stuff over here in order to define the schema. Okay, then that is fine. Like in order to read like the data, or what we can say, data frames are nothing but a particular uh, s- if we you can say map, if we impose a schema onto the RDD, then that will become a data frame. So schema is the mandatory, you can say, aspect or component from the data frame side. So schema definition, with the help of these particular points, we can do the schema definition and all. Then read mode. We have discussed about the read mode. Okay, with respect to the data read mode, like if you are reading a particular data from a particular location, then there are different modes. Say fail fast, fail fast, drop malformed, and permissive. Okay, so these are the three different modes which are given by Spark once we are going to read the data. Fail fast, like if there are certain errors in the data format that we are going to consume, so it is going to throw error once like fail fast mode is there. Second is drop malformed. If like errors are there in the data format, then it is going to avoid those errors and read the data, or drop the data which is having error. Drop those particular fields from the data. That is nothing but drop malformed. Third one is permissive. This is the default mode, and whatever the data is there, it is going to read that particular data. And this particular stuff we have seen. And with respect to the data standard data read API, so this is the, you can say, standard data read API that what we have seen. Like say over here we are going to mention dot format, then format is of, say, CSV, JSON, whatever the format is, Parquet, you just need to mention. Option header, if the data is having header, so header information can be true, like true or false based upon the data set that you are having. Then infer schema, it it can be true or false. If like you are setting it to false, then you need to define the schema for this particular data. Now Spark is not going to define the schema for your data. Mode permissive we have utilized. Then dot option path, this is the path from where I'm going to read the data. And dot load, this is nothing but standard data read API. Okay, so data read is done. Now, like what we need to do, we need to proceed with processing the data. Okay, how to process the data? So just like have a look. I'm having a data, and in this particular data I'm having certain fields. Say employee ID 1, or take it in this way, like student ID. Okay, and say name, I'm going to mention probably like in previous session we have seen certain data. So let me try to pick the data if like we have defined something. Okay, let me create it for you. Data and in this particular you can say data set, like I'm having say Swati, and like say say like age we can mention, say Swati, like say 30. Okay, then say student ID 2, and then say Rohit, and with respect to Rohit, I'm creating a particular dummy data set, and say 38. In this, like we are having say Raj, student ID 3, Raj, and the age is 30. Then say we are having say Shivam, and say age is say 28. Say student 5, say we can say Harry, and age is say 34. Okay. So these are certain dummy records, and like we are having say another person, say name, uh, I can mention the John, and John, for John, like we are not having say age related information, none. Okay. Then say we are having a particular person whose name we don't know, and in place of name none is there, and age is say 50. Okay, so what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to have certain records, and with respect to records, I'm having certain missing values and all. So that particular thing I'm going to have in this particular data set. Say Ram, none. Okay, so this is fine. Let me create this particular data set. Okay, PyCharm. I need to start PyCharm. So what we are going to do, we are going to like move with this particular phase, like processing data. We are able to read the data. Now we are going to deal with how to process the data. So we have created certain records, and today we are going to deal with data cleaning, how to do data cleaning and processing related stuff. And this is the, you can say, topic that we are going to cover. Okay, data cleaning and processing. So we are having certain data. We will see how to process this particular data. Okay, PyCharm has opened. Let me close this and create a new Python file and mention say Spark 2. Okay, that is fine. So let me create the create the Spark session. Okay, because that is required. So this is nothing but say boilerplate code type. So I have created the Spark session dot builder app name, like say I can say data cleaning. So you can give any name over here, data cleaning. So data cleaning get or create. So if it is available, it will, you will get it, or it is going to create a new session for you. Now data, we have defined this particular data. Okay, let me paste it over here. data. Okay, John none. Okay. Hmm. So data is there. Huh? We are having certain records with name, ID, and age. So let me define the column names. Say column, columns, and I can mention say uh, student ID, then name and age. Okay, so let me create the data frame based upon this. Okay, say student record and Spark dot create a data frame, and I'm going to pass this data and this column. So in this particular way, I will be having the data frame. Just have a look like student record dot show, and you will be able to get these particular records. Current file, I need to do the execution for current file. So execution has been started for this particular program. And what we have done over here, we have defined a particular data set that is nothing but a list. And we have defined certain columns. And with the help of this particular list and columns, we have created a data frame. And data frame, so we are going to list the record for this particular data frame. Student records dot show, it is going to list top 20 records from this particular data frame. Okay, so that's what like we have created. We are having student ID, name, age, and we are having this particular data. Just have a look onto type of this print type of student record. Okay, so student record that is of say PySpark data frame type because we have created a data frame on the top of the data that we are having. This is nothing but the dummy data. Okay, so PySpark SQL data frame. This is nothing but data frame. We know it very well. So we have created a dummy data frame. We are having certain dummy record. Sorry. So we are having certain dummy data, and onto this particular dummy data, we are going to perform certain operations. So student record is there. That is the data frame that we are having. Okay, so uh, certain errors were there while creation. So first of all, like uh, fill na, fill na. We are having a particular function fill na, and uh, say student record is there, and onto the student record we are going to run this particular fill na, and if like we are having, you can say, missing values in names, then what we want, like we are going to just have a look. Say if we are having uh, that is name, if name is there, that is having certain missing values. So we are going to mention say unknown over there, unknown. And if age is not there, then what we are going to do is, if age is not there, if age value is missing, then say average age is say 25. So we are going to fill na, like we are going to fill the none values, okay, na values which are available in this particular data frame. With respect to the name column, we are going to fill unknown. You can give any name over here, okay. And with respect to the age column, you are giving a default age say 25. And what you just need to do, student record dot fill na. This is the data frame dot fill na, and you just need to pass, and you can pass it say modified student record, student records. So modified student records, what are the modified records? Like we are utilizing fill na, that is an function, that is a function inside the PySpark in order to deal with missing values. That is nothing but missing value, missing data handling. Let me copy and paste it over here. Okay, so what has happened? So this must be in key and value pair. So dictionary I need to define, and like this. So if we are having something none na in place of, you can say, name, that will be changed with unknown. If something is there inside the is, and that is, you can say, blank record or none record, so that is changed with 25. So I have done this, and let me try to show what has happened onto this particular, with the help of this particular function. So I have done the execution. None unknown is 25. That's what we have done onto the student records, the data set that we were created, that we have created. So execution has been started. Okay, just have a look. Unknown over here, previously we were having null values, okay. Now just have a look, it has been replaced with unknown. And uh, and this, you can say, John was having none values, so John, that null values has been replaced with 25. And what we have done over here, just we have dealt with the missing values. If certain stuff is like, if there are certain missing values in our data set, then we can have this fill in a function from the Spark side, and with the help of this we will be able to replace it, replace those none values. So it is a required functionality in the data science. Inside the data science, what we are having, we will be having lots of say records, and for the data cleaning perspective, we can't go with null values or none records. So what we need to do at that moment, like we need to proceed with data cleaning, and this is a subset for the data cleaning perspective. From the data cleaning perspective, like we are having this fill na, and we can fill the na values with certain values that we want. So this is the first functionality with respect to data cleaning. We are going through with data cleaning and processing. So we have cleaned our data. Now we are having a particular another function, that is drop na. Okay, drop na. So if you want to drop the records with NA values, so we can utilize drop NA. So just have a look. We were having student records, and onto the student records we just like use this particular drop NA function, and drop dot drop NA, that's it, and say dropped student records, let me mention, so dropped student records, things are looking fine. Let me try to copy and paste it inside the PyCharm IDE. So, and let me print drop student records, dot show. Execution has been started, and you will see the records after dropping the NA values from the student records. We have passed that particular outcome to dropped student records data frame. That will be a new data frame, and it has been created once we have taken the actions onto the student records and applied the functionality drop NA. This is with respect to second one. And now just have a look. So previously we were having certain you can say records with null values. So those particular records has been dropped, and it has been done with the help of drop NA. Okay, that is fine. Drop NA is working perfectly. Now say drop duplicate. If in our data set, in our data set, say if we are having certain repeated values, okay, repeated values are there, then we are having drop duplicate functionality. So student records drop duplicate duplicates. This is the, you can say, function that we can utilize, drop duplicates. And what you just need to do, instead of this you just need to utilize dot drop duplicates, drop duplicate, okay, student records, and drop duplicate student records. So what we have done, we have created a record that is having duplicate values. Shivam, as you can say, has been created twice over here. And just have a look what will happen once we are going to apply drop duplicate. Drop duplicate, and let me try to print drop duplicate dot show. So execution has been started. Initial data frame with null values, then the data frame with changed records, dropping NA values, and dropping duplicates. So Shivam, this was the duplicate record, and now it has done the, you can say, like this particular drop duplicate is functioning onto the row level. And once like it is going to it is like getting the information that a particular row is repeated, then it is going to delete that particular row. Okay, so that is the functionality of drop duplicate. Now it might be possible that you need to like uh, change the name of a particular column. How to change the name of a particular column? How to change the name of a column. So say we are having with column rename functionality with column rename renamed with column renamed function we are going to utilize in order to change the name of a particular column. Say say we are having this particular data frame, uh, and instead of say student id, I just want to have say employee id. Say this is the data frame student record, and inside the student record what I'm going to do, with column renamed function I'm going to utilize with column renamed. And at this moment what I need to do, I need to give the column name, that is, you can say, I need to give the new column name, say employee id, and the old column name, that is nothing but student id. No, this will be in this particular format. Say old column name syntax is say with column df dot with column renamed old column name, old column name, and common new column name, column name. This will be the syntax. Okay. So student record dot with column renamed function I'm going to utilize student ID and now employee ID. And this is a employee data frame, or you can say employee records. Employee records. So I have done the renaming of a particular column student ID to employee ID. Just have a look, and this is the way how to, you can say, use how to use the with column renamed functionality dot show, and say with column renamed, with column renamed and let me print with column, how to rename a column. Okay, so let me do the execution. What we have done, we have utilized with column renamed functionality, old column name and new column name, and we will see the outcome, and it will be with changed name, changed column name, that is employee ID, then name, and then age. That will be the outcome. So execution has been started. Just have a look. we are able to see the data frame with null values, replaced values, then with dropping NA, with drop duplicates, and now with changing the column name. Over here, what we have done, we have changed the column name. Instead of student ID, we have used employee ID, and this will be the column name for this particular data frame. Okay, so this is like how to rename a particular column. Okay, now like what we are having, we can like do certain other operations as well. Say filtering we will do later. What can be the other functions we can use over here? Okay, so like how to add a new column? How to add a new column? Okay, so we are having with column, with column functionality, and with the help of with column, we will be able to create a new column. Say student record. Just have a look. Student record dot with column, and I am going to create a new column. Say, okay. So say package, or you can say salary, salary, and salary. What I can have. Uh, Student record dot salary, and say student record student record and say age. I just want to like I'm just like doing the rough calculation. Say salary will be double of its age, so into 2. That's it, okay, let me try to copy and paste it over there, new data frame. Okay, new data frame dot show. So salary will be the new column in this particular data frame, and how it will be calculated, it will be double of this age, so student record, this is the data frame, and we have taken its column age and double that particular age value, and that will be given inside the salary. So just have a look how it will work. Okay, so just have a look over here. So salary, this is the new column which we have added over here, and it is the double of, you can say, age. So this is the famous interview question as well, like how you are going to create a new column inside the PySpark. Second, like how you are going to rename a particular column. So these you can say functionalities, or these transformation, you must have the knowledge about, or you can say you must remember these particular names in order to create a new column. That is nothing but with column. And if you want to change the name of a particular column, then with column renamed. So it has been asked during the interviews, okay, multiple time it has been asked. And this is important from the interview perspective as well, how to create a new column and how to change the name of an existing column. Okay, so these are nothing but certain stuff, like how to deal with missing data, and how to like create a new column, how to delete how to, you can say, delete certain repeated records. So drop duplicates and drop NA we have seen. And and like that is, these particular functions are working perfectly. Now we will move with certain another stuff, that is aggregation. Aggregation and order the data, ordering and sorting the data, sorting the
So
data.
before going to that, can we have one more scenario with the columns? Like if there is a address column in your data set and you want to segregate that address column into like your main address, then city, then state. How you will do it?
You are having.
A main in the first data set, the input data set, you can say we are
Hmm.
having a column called address, and in the
Hmm, hmm, hmm,
address
hmm.
we are having your room number, your street details, and your city. And when
Okay.
in your final output you just want these columns to be segregated as your room number, street details, and your city name.
Okay, okay,
The
okay. Let
address column
me
has to be get segregated into three.
just a
How
minute.
we will do it?
So you are saying like you are having the data in this particular way. So you are having data and say address is also there. Address like city, it equal to say Nagpur.
So the
Okay,
data is segregated with column. Sorry, comma. Don't write city equals to or city something. Like room number 70, room number 602. Then city room number 602. City is your Nagpur, and state your as you wish. Comma the city name, state
okay.
name. Yeah. In the final output, it will be having all these three data in a segregated form.
Just a minute. Okay, so uh, okay, room 602 Delhi, Delhi. Okay, so let me create a data frame over here. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me create a data frame with two records only. Mhm. So data is there. Now, what we are going to do, we are going to create a data frame. Sample, let me mention data, and let me create the Spark session for this. Okay, and give the column name as well, and create the data frame onto top of this. And student records dot show. So, hmm, mm, column name, address we have not given. Address, that is fine. Now we can convert this in uh, student records dot df dot rdd and say rdd1 equal to this one, and rdd1 dot collect. Okay, perfect. Print, we need to print this as well. Print. So what I'm planning to do, I'm going to convert this into the RD. Then I'm going to apply split with respect to comma. Okay, and I will have these splitted values. And once like I will be having splitted values, I'm going to, you can say, map it, and then finally I'm going to convert it into data frame. Just have a look. So that is what I want. Printer.
So can you just I just pasted this code, so I think it will work. Can you
Mm-hmm.
just cross check in chat?
That will work. We are creating with like we are using with column functionality room city and state, that will work. And we are splitting and then address 0 1 and 2 with respect to the indexing, so that will work. Just a minute.
Can we, hello?
Yes, 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 yes.
Can we still continue with the approach you were showing here?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Splitter, we need to import splitter. I'm just trying to run it. PySpark SQL dot functions dot splitter. Mm-hmm. Mm,
Yeah, that one bracket after that one above one also after one. Row number 24.
Hmm. I think it will work. Huh? Close,
No,
not closed.
no, one bracket should be closed after one. Here, yes.
This is closed. This is closed. This is closed. This is closed. Hmm. Hmm. That is working. Huh? Okay. Now. Uh, hmm. Okay. So what I can do? Student records. Dot show, that is fine. We are having this much record. Student record dot uh, dot select and say student records, and I am going to take the address column, that is fine. Student records dot show, say selected data, that is a little bit. Student records selected data. Okay. Hmm. Address this. Okay. Already is fine now. Now rd1 dot split. Rd1 dot flat map, and I can pass lambda x and lambda x, then x dot split. Split based upon say comma. Let me print say flatten rd. student. What is the issue? Split is not in list. Okay, it is a list. Hmm. This is not working. So column already selected, student record address, that is fine. We have taken this. Okay, address. Then rd equal to student rd dot. Let me try to map in this particular way. Already one dot flat map lambda x colon x. That is flatted already. Equal to this dot collect and print this. So the approach, what I'm thinking, I am going to take this particular column only, that is address one. So address column is there. Once I'm having the address column, and it will be having, say, this particular information, say room number is okay. So once I'm having this particular information, then I'm going to split it based on comma. Okay, and once I'm able to split it, then I'm going to, you can say, have, like, say room number. I'm having three, you can say, columns at that moment. I can define the columns, and then further I will join that particular data frame. I will convert it into the data frame, and then I will join the two data frames. That is the approach basically. Okay, so what is room number? Okay, I got room number, this particular stuff I'm having. This is X, this is also X. So now I'm going to split it. Split it based on say flatted already, dot map, and lambda, and if I'm having X, then X colon split split and split based on what comma, and I'm going to pass it as splitted already. Splitted already dot collect and print this as well. Okay, so previously it was one string only. Now we are having three, you can say, variables. Okay, so we have splitted it, and what we can do, we can convert it to data frame. Splitted rtd dot to df, and I can give a name, say new data frame, a new data frame dot show. Okay, okay. So room number now, like what we are having room number 202602. Like we are having this splitted. That data has been splitted. Now you can give the column name as well. Say to df. In over here you can give the column name as well. Say say okay. df, and I can mention, say, column name, city, say room number, city, city, and say state, whatever. So I can give the column names as well. and let me run it. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Okay, so what we can do, we can define columns over here. Say columns one, columns two, say, and we can give these particular names over here, columns. That is fine, and we can pass this particular parameter over here. Taking one parameter only. Okay, so let me do the execution once again. Stop. It should be in this particular way. Three columns. Okay. Column 2, room number, city, and state. Initial data frame, one column has been taken. Records from that particular column, splitting done based upon the comma. Now multiple records are there, that is fine. Then this particular, you can say, room, this particular stuff has been converted into data frame again, and then onto the data frame we have given column names as well. So okay, so room number, city, state, like we are having this particular data frame. So a little bit, you can say, lengthy approach, but it is giving you insight as well, like how you can convert RDD to data frame and data frame to RDD. And what we have seen over here, that is like over here we were having a particular data frame. Just have a look. So this was the data frame that we were having. Now you got this particular data. So what you need to do, instead of in order to perform the join, say you are having room number, city, and state. So if this is the data frame, and if you need to, you can say, do the joining of this particular data frame. So so eh, so So like you need to have a particular reference column, and which is not available over here. So what you need to do in order to, you can say, have this particular, you can say, approach, you need to select two columns. You need to take two columns over here, then work with this particular approach, do the segregation, like do the splitting of those particular columns, proceed with this particular approach. Now say you will be having the data, okay, this particular data, and with one reference column, like that you are going to take what I have mentioned. What you need to do, like I have taken one column over here, say address is taken only. You just need to take one more column over here from here, and you need to convert that into the RD. Then inside the RD you will be having two columns, and work with this particular approach. Okay, then you will get the outcome like this. Say employee ID and room number one, room number, city and state. So you will get this particular data: employee ID, room, city and state. Then with reference to employee ID, you can do the joining of this particular data frame to the previous data frame, initial data frame, and you will be able to get the outcome. Is it clear? Swati, try to do like to take two columns, how to do the splitting and get three different columns. You are able to see over here, right?
Yes, sir. Got it.
Okay, just take two columns. If you are not able to get the outcome, then ping me. You will be able to get the outcome with this particular approach as well. There will not be an issue, I'm pretty sure. Right? Approach is, let me mention over here. So take two uh, columns, convert to RD, then do the splitting. Okay, do the splitting and then convert back to data frame df, and then df, new df, join with initial df, initial df. Okay, you will be able to do. So this is a way, like in order to what we have seen, convert the RDD to data frame over here, convert df to RDD. Okay, so and that is that is a good stuff as well. Basically, like there are certain betterment which are given by RD. Okay, if you this is a direct functionality, this split is available and we are able to get the outcome. But if like you need to deal with anonymous functions, then data frames are not uh, providing how to deal with, or with the help of data frames you will not be able to deal with anonymous functions. Definitely you need to convert it into the RD and then apply the anonymous functions over there, convert back to data frame, and then join join new df to new df, join with the initial df. Then what we have done, like we are having certain betterment with respect to joining and all, so that is given by say data frame. With respect to anonymous functions and all, this is the best part from the RD side. We are able to you can say we are having that particular anonymous functions over here. Okay, so from the you can say learning perspective, this particular you can say stuff like converting data frame to RD and RD to data frame, that is mandatory, and for a good Spark coder that is the required stuff to learn now. Although like we are having certain direct functions, but it is not like it is not like say always we will be able to get those particular functionalities directly. So at that moment what you need to do, you need to have the knowledge of this particular conversion. And conversion is required, like because we can take the benefit of both of these two components. Like components say the the certain better stuff from the RD side we will be able to utilize. Second, certain betterment which is given by data frame, we are able to utilize that as well. So what I have mentioned initially, we are going to utilize the mixed approach of both of these two stuff. Okay, and we will be able to do our operations. So splitting is done, and then like we are having the data into different columns, say room, city, and state, and like this is say somehow we want, and that's what is the remaining stuff. We just need to club it with the initial data frame by taking one column on another more column over here, and we will be able to join this, and we will be able to get the outcome. So this was the approach that came in my mind, and I proceed with that particular stuff. Okay, so this is the way like how you can deal with. Now another aspect like aggregation, ordering, and sorting of the data frame. Okay, so aggregation. Suppose we are having certain files. Let me check. Hmm. Customers orders with schema. Let me have this particular file. Order, product ID, and amount. This is the data that I'm having. Let me try to work onto this particular data set. Order with schema. That is fine. Okay. Sample. Okay. So we have created a Spark session. That is fine. Now, what I need to do, I need to read that particular data, and for reading, I'm going to utilize the standard data read API. Okay, so standard data read API is nothing but this one, say customer data, and probably this is the location. Okay, customers data dot show. Customers data dot show. Mm-mm. Option. Option spelling was incorrect. So what we are going to discuss about the aggregation functions. We are able to read that particular data, ID, product ID, and amount. These are certain records which are available in that particular data set. That is fine. Now, now, okay. So aggregation. Let me delete the unwanted stuff. Okay, aggregation and aggregation, sorting, and ordering we are going to discuss in our today's session. So what we are having customer data. So customer data is there, and like if I want to say calculate the total number of rows and columns, total number of rows in this particular data. So we are having a particular function count, df dot count, basically customer data dot count, and let me try to run it. Say count. So print. I just need to print it. Print df uh, data customer data dot count. Well, let's have a look. So this is going to provide me the count of rows in this particular data. Okay, how many records are available in this particular data that is given by this customer data, or you can say dot count function from the Spark side. Okay, so in this particular, you can say file, I'm having around 10,000 records, 10,012 records are there. That is final, like we are having pretty good records. Huh? Now, like if you want to calculate the sum of specific column, okay, say I just want to have the I just want to calculate the sum of amount. If you want to calculate the sum of a particular column, then what you can do, sum of a particular column, and you just apply this particular function. Say customer data dot aggregate. Dot aggregate, and you just need to have f dot say sum, and you just need to mention the column name. Column name is say amount. Column name is amount. F is not, you can say, imported. Import say from PySpark dot SQL, from PySpark dot SQL import functions as f. Okay. Import functions as f. So now, like I have imported the aggregate functions as f and f dot sum, like say function dot sum, and I just want to have the sum of amount column. And let me print this particular sum as well. Print sum. Say this is the sum of amount column. Okay, sum of column. So things are looking fine. Let me do the execution. What has happened? Zero. So I'm going to calculate the sum of a particular column. I have not collected it, so it was throwing error because of that particular issue. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Amount is correct or not? Okay, spelling is incorrect over here. Amount. So same name I need to utilize over there. Okay, that is fine. Over here it was correct, but in the sheet it was incorrect. So it was not able to get the column name. Mm-hmm. What is the issue? A column or a function parameter with name amount cannot be resolved. Did you mean the following amount ID, product ID, aggregate some amount as just a minute. Is it having certain missing values? It's working perfectly over here. Customer data, some column. Things are perfect only. Let me remove collect over here. Collect should be there. f dot sum, each and everything is fine. There is no use of aggregator. Sum of cos. Syntax wise it is correct, huh? But why this error is coming? Dot aggregate f dot sum dot amount dot collect column. Same thing. Let me change the name of column. Let me take product ID. Is it specific to this particular column? So might be I'm not able to see, like there is certain non-numeric values in this particular data set. That can be the reason like why we are not able to get the sum. I'm not able to see that particular value, and because of this only, like the we are not able to get the aggregation for the product ID. The same code is working perfectly. If we are taking it onto the ID as well, ID, it is giving me the outcome. But what is the issue with the amount? For ID as well, like we are able to get the outcome. Okay, sum of ID, and we are able to get this particular outcome. Let me replace it with amount once again. Mhm. And it can be visible. Let me try to, if print the schema, infer schema true, customer data dot print schema. Okay. So Let's see like what is the schema for this particular data set. Custom schema, customer data dot print schema. We are printing the schema of this particular data for ID and product ID. We are able to get the sum of the columns. Even like if you want to have average, okay, you can get the average. Say so double amount is double, and that is also fine. And nullable true from this particular. Okay, okay. So it is taking amount. So we are opening different sheet probably. We are opening certain different sheet. This is there with respect to the column name. And let me change this particular column name over here. And it will work. So spelling name is incorrect basically, like it has from the schema. Once we have printed the schema, we are able to get so probably we are opening certain different sheet, and because of that, like it is creating the issue. Now we will be able to get the outcome with respect to amount. The like the spelling was incorrect. Basically, we have written different column name over there, and that's why like we were not able to get the outcome. Now it will print the outcome, because like the column name was not correct. And so we are referring this particular sheet. Let me try to close this. Don't save. And distributed data with PySpark. Okay, so like we are changing the data over here, but it is referring to this particular sheet, customers order with schema, and this particular sheet is having the column name this one only. And like we were not able to get why we were not able to get the outcome. And just have a look at this moment, like we are able to get the outcome for the amount as well. The third column. So basically like it happens. So this is the sheet, and in this particular sheet, like the column name is this one only. And we were referring another sheet, and we were changing the column name over there, and we were not able to get the outcome. So product ID and ID, this is the same name. And with respect to these two fields, these two columns, we were able to get, but this name was incorrect. We were using different name over here. It is the different name, and we were not able to get the outcome. So what is mentioned over here? Aggregation is a function, and we are having different functions. Say if you want to get the average, so you can have the average as well. F dot average and the column name and collect. So you will get the average as well. Okay, so this is the average. Now with respect to one column, we are able to get the outcome. With respect to one column, we are able to get the outcome. That is fine now. But what happens if we want to do the aggregation based upon the certain two or more columns? So in that
Ashok,
case,
I have a
what you
query
need?
here.
Hmm, 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 hmm.
Why this means? What is the significance? We are using here F dot means why this type
F
of
is like we are importing functions. Okay, we are importing functions as F from the PySpark side. And inside the F, like we are having inside the functions, we are having some average, those particular functions. So F dot sum.
so this F is containing all the arithmetic operations like sum, average,
This
multiplication, like that
functions is
one. All this.
containing, and we have utilized functions as F, right? Like some uh, Just have a look. So documentation. Mhm. Collection of built-in functions, Python, and okay, let me try to collection of built-in functions in PySpark. Okay, let me try to do it in this way. Okay, call column let input file is null. Okay, random bitwise expression list mean math functions square. So all of these particular functions are available and normal functions. Okay, so all of these particular functions are available over here. Decimal, collections, array, concat.
Yeah, but previously we were using SQL dot functions, and it's a different format. Like it's a different function as F, so it's a difference. I mean, there are some different functions that we can recall.
Okay, like aggregation with respect to aggregations, like these are the functions. Okay, and just have a look. PySpark.sql, each and everything with respect to the same syntax only. Like from PySpark.sql, import functions as f. So if like I'm going to use say custom data f f dot. Okay, all of these particular functions are available: count, average, split, size, count, spark, context, any. So you can apply all of these particular functions over here. And this is what you are able to see over here. It depends, like say sometimes like I need to use some only, so I can import some only. If I need to utilize different functions, okay, so you can import all functions. uh, Probably you will be able to recall, say, import pandas as pd, pandas as pd. So this is the stuff like you are importing the entire pandas library. And there are certain other, you can say, stuff like from pandas import. Okay, uh, import. From pandas, you can import certain sub, you can say, modules, say date range. So it will work with date range only. So depends upon like you how you are going to leverage a particular functions, or you are going to import a particular library. So it will depend. You just need to have like these particular aggregate functions. Okay, you can import it individually in this particular way as well, like imports struct type, struct fields, integer. You can import in this particular way as well. Okay, say over here we were importing certain stuff. in order to define the schema. Okay, over here we have imported columns. Okay, you can import sum over here, you can import average over here. Okay, it will depend, like, are you able to
Yeah, okay.
get? So depends upon you how you are going to import a particular library. This is the simple thing, like I
Right.
don't know like why you are not able to understand. You can import a particular library and you can give a reference, or you can import some modules from that particular library and you can utilize it over there. Over here we have imported the entire, you can say, library or all the functions as f, and as and when required we can use different functions. Say over here we have used average and you can say sum, we can use different functions as well. Okay, and if you need to work with say sum only, then you can just from PySpark.sql dot function import sum only, the sum. You can use sum at that moment. There is no need to use f dot column, f dot sum, right?
Yes.
Okay, so it depends, like I'm not able to understand why you are not able to get it, So this is the way, like you can import functions, f dot average, like we have imported all functions as f, and these are the available functions. And if you are going to type it, say f dot, so capital F dot, and you can leverage these particular functions: size, count, any, array. Okay, date related columns, call. So call, in the previous session what we have used, we have imported. Okay, not these are certain other aspects, say we have imported call over here. This is the, you can say, single uh, function we have utilized over there, okay, single function. From functions we have imported call only, and then we it worked for us, but at this moment, like what we are doing, we are going to leverage multiple functions, so we have imported those particular function as f, and as and when required we just like pass it f dot average, f dot sum, whatever. Okay, in this particular way we will be able to get the desired outcome. So what I was saying, over here we have done the calculation based upon the one column, but what if you need to do the calculation aggregation, or uh, apply certain aggregate functions onto different column, multiple columns basically. Say f dot average and amount, and now like I want to have say f dot and sum, and some want to say what column, say product id, so product id, product id. Okay, close. So this is close, this is close, okay. Let me sum of columns, let me mention it over here as well, so sum of columns, and let me try to print sum of columns as well, Okay, so over here we are take aggregating onto one column, like amount, and collecting. Now what we are doing, we are aggregating based upon the multiple columns, multiple columns. So amount and product ID, we are doing a different aggregation. One is average and second one is the sum. We are proceeding with this particular aggregation, and just have a look how we will be able to get the outcome. Now there is one thing that you need to understand, once you are going to apply collect, then collect is going to, you can say, share you an outcome as a list. Okay, and once you are having a particular list, then you can like segregate the outcome. So collect is going to provide you a list. Just have a look. Say type of this sum of columns. Sum of columns, type of sum of columns, and let me print it. So that will be a list, because once you are going to apply collect onto a particular data frame, okay, that is converted in a list. Just have a look. So you will be able to get the outcome as a list over here. Okay, so this is of list type, class list. So this is list, and once like we are having something in list format, then say we are collecting all the elements of 0. So let me try to print in this particular way. Print the average of amount. The average average of amount, and then the sum of amount, and if this is a particular list, so this will be the 0th position and this will be the first position. So sum of amount, and I can have this 0. Okay, and then print sum of, say, product id, that is product id and this is, say, sum of columns at the first position. Okay, so great. So if this is a particular list, then we can have the segregation. We can like fetch the items from this particular list. So let me do the execution. Okay, so average, this is the average of, you can say, uh, what is the issue? Okay, average amount. So this is with respect to what we have printed. So this is average amount and the product of the sum of the product id. This is so like we are able to fetch with respect to the position, position or indexing of a particular list. And with the help of this, like we can do the aggregation onto top of different columns what we are having. Then group by. Group by.
Ashok, just a minute. Can you just go up in the code more up? Yeah. So row number 64. So in the end collect, after that there is a zero index. So this zero means it is it is going output only for amount. This zero significance
No, no,
here.
no, no, no,
Collect
no, 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 no.
zero.
Collect is going to, you can say, fetch the data, okay, with respect to all the items. Zero, like we can have uh, like row and column format. We can have row and column format, 0, 0, okay, 0, 1, 0, 2. in this particular formatting we can utilize collect. So over here, like we just want to have the single column output, so we have utilized 0 only, right? So collect is having multiple variations, 0 0 0 1. Okay, so
Okay,
in
so
this
it will,
particular way,
if we are giving 0, so it means it is giving a single row value in output.
yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes, yes. Okay, so this is nothing but collect is going to provide you the outcome with respect to a particular list, and once we are having data in list, then with respect to the indexing we can fetch the elements. Now that is fine. Like we have done the aggregation based upon the single column and multiple columns as well. Now the group by the important function that like that will be asked, that can be asked during the interview as well. Grouping the data, group grouping the data using group by group by group by. Okay, so group by. Now what we are having, say uh, say grouping. Now say group by df, group by df, group by, and what I want to have, I want to apply group by onto the customer data dot group by. This is the function group by, and what I can do over here, what I can do over here, uh, grouping. So customer ID is not repeated one over here. Let me check certain data set. Is it repeated one?
I think need to change data set. These are all unique values. Product ID,
Count of ID. So this is the repeated one, right?
yes, product ID, yeah, ID.
Okay. Yeah. ID is also repeated one. Like 91 is there 92 times. We are able to get the count. So we can do the group by based upon the ID, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So group by, and we just need to mention the grouping column name, and it is ID over here, grouping column name, and grouping column name, and over here I can apply aggregation, and based upon the aggregation, what aggregation I want to have, say f dot, say I want to have the count of a particular column, say a column name you can mention, say you want to have the count of amount, column name, and you can give alias, alias over here. Alias is like you are giving a new column name over here, and you can mention it what, f dot count amount, and alias say count of count of amount column, col. Okay, so that is fine, count. Then you can do different aggregation as well. F dot count, f dot say average, say average, f dot say sum. Okay, and you can give say product ID, Over here say average of product ID. We can mention the average of product ID. Prod ID. This is the new column name that you have given. Count of say count column. Sum of say account amount column. Sum of amount column. Okay, that is fine. And I can close this. So started close. Let me try to copy and paste it over there. Now we are going to understand or going to learn group by. So group by, and during the group by we are applying different, you can say, functions, aggregation functions. So grouping by ID, and then depends on you, like based upon the data set that you are having, you can apply different operations. Now this is a data frame basically, and group by df say df and dot show. Okay, okay, things are looking fine. Let me try to do the execution. What we have done over here, we have grouped by based upon the ID, and we have done the aggregation upon the amount, product ID and amount column. Count, average and sum we have calculated over here. Okay, so this is based upon the aggregation. Like 31 ID 31, that is repeated 100 times. Okay, and the average of like this 31 with respect to the product ID is 5257, and sum of this particular uh, 31 ID and some of the amount call with respect to 31 ID is this one. In this particular way, like we are able to do the group by onto the data set that we are having. So this is very important as well, like how to do the group by onto top of data that we are having. Okay, so just have a look and ask if you are having any doubt. This is like over here we have done the group by based upon the single column only. We can do the group by based upon, you can say, multiple columns as well. Group by based upon say single column, single column, and we will discuss about group by based upon say multiple columns as well. The columns. So I'm going to, so you are able to see this particular code. Now I'm sharing it with you all over here only. Okay, what you need to do, you need to you are having this particular data set as well. The customer data, you are having customer data. So what you need to do, you need to do group by based upon multiple columns. So you need to do it for me, and you can have, you can say, product ID as well over here. And with respect to the product ID, what you need to do, just you need to like mention the second column name over here and do the aggregation now. So try to do this over here. You just need to mention the two column name and do the aggregation. Try to do the execution, friends. Try to execute it.
Okay, so Ashok here need to group by two columns, correct?
Based upon ID and product ID. Yeah, you are having the
Okay.
customer data.
No, can you please share it?
I have shared it previously. Okay.
Yeah, I found it. It's a customer order name like this. I
Okay.
found it.
So,
Customer dash orders. This is right?
so
Okay.
try to apply the group by based upon the multiple columns.
Hello.
Yes.
Um, Excuse me. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, I have this query regarding data frame creation. When we are
Mm-hmm.
creating data frame, what should be the syntax? Like if I have created a table or a list for only address, I am getting errors like not here, not this one. The data from data, here you have ID and everything, right? Let me share you two of my codes which I have tried to run.
Mm-hmm.
So one
Share it
is
with me.
working fine. So like in this code,
This one. Okay.
if I remove the ID, it starts giving the error. If I remove the ID from everywhere, like I remove one, two, and ID.
Okay, so like you are creating a data frame, and like over here you have mentioned, over here we are having two elements. This is first one, okay, and this is the second one, right? Two elements should be there, right? This is first and this is second one, right? Like the complete string will be the one element. So if you are going to create a data frame with two elements and passing the column name, single column name, then definitely it will throw error.
Actually, this one is not throwing any error.
Yes, yes. If you remove this ID, that will throw error.
No, no, I typed another code.
Uh-huh.
So this one is giving error.
Have you pasted something
Yes, yes,
else?
yes. The last one is
Okay.
the recent.
Okay.
I'm creating a single like array.
Okay, that is fine. That is also fine. Address. This is throwing error, huh?
Yes, this one is throwing error.
But
Some error
this should,
related to type cannot infer some error related to type, string
let me
type.
try to go. Just a minute. This should work, huh? Hmm. This is the same thing like what I have done over here. Cannot infer schema for type, string type, huh? Okay, just a minute. Int data one. Hmm, it's fine. string and then say address. It is not able to infer schema, so you can define a schema over here. So define schema, and you can have this. So and define schema. Okay.
Actually, I tried multiple approaches, and again,
Uh-huh.
I tried with defining the schema as well. And actually, this putting everything in or making list out of everything is working. The last code I have pasted right now, this is working, but the upper one is not working. Even if I create a tuple, like even if I put address in a tuple and data as well in tuple, so I'm just confused. Like, does it work only for list, or
No, no, no.
if
You
more
can
than
create a list. It is not like that. Like it is. It will work onto the list only. Huh? It should work. And what have you done?
this last thing, this is working again.
This is what list of elements. Huh? Just a minute. Okay. So another approach, what we can do, if this is not like taking, so data is there. Huh? So say rd equal to spark dot spark context dot parallelize, and we can pass this data one. Fine. If data one, okay. So rd is there. Huh? Let me collect rd. Collect and print data. Print. So this is the data. I can convert it into rd, and from rd I will create data frame. df rdd to df, and I can mention the column name, say address. That will also work. Already dot data frame and pass this address data frame, and address data frame dot show. Let me do the execution. So this was the initial data that we were having. We have created a RD onto top of this, then RD to df, and define the column name address, and we will be able to get this. What is the issue? Parse data type
In
string.
address, there are three times s in address.
So that is a column name. We can give any column name. Column column equal to column name equal to say address. Address. Okay, and pass this column name over here. Still, it is showing infer schema related stuff. Cannot infer schema for class string. So what another step what we can do, address data frame to df, that is fine. Already map, okay, map, and then lambda x dot split. Okay, x split is X dot split address, that is fine, as lambda x. X dot split split, then comma. Hmm, x dot split splitting with one comma, then comma these particular. Hmm, let me try to run it. So we were having initially this particular data, okay, and probably what is happening once we are like it is taking complete this particular data as a single, you can say, element, and that's why like it is not able to infer the schema properly, so we proceeded with RD approach. Let me check, like, okay, so what we are able to get, like we are able to see it in terms of, you can say, columns. Address is there, and then the data, uh, whatever we want, that is available over here. Okay, so we have like gone through with this data and converted it into the RD. Okay, so like we have created this particular data and prepare RD with the help of sc.parallelize, and data has been passed. Now we are having a particular RD, and we have defined a particular column that is named address. And now what we want, like we want to have a data frame, we are going to convert this particular RD into data frame. Now what we are going to map, like, say the data that we are having, okay, that particular data, and we want it into, you can say, each elements into the different, you can say, row. Okay, so this is the first element, this is the second element. Like if I'm passing x, okay, so it is going to take this particular list. Okay, it is going to take this particular list. Okay, if I'm passing this, and it is going to split based upon the comma that we are having. Okay, like take this element, the list, sorry, and split it based on comma. Okay, now like you will have this particular data. This is the first element, and this will be the second element. Then what, like based upon the, you can say, the element that you are having, you are going to segregate it based upon the comma, and entire, you can say, data, entire RD that you are having, you have converted into the data frame, and then printed the data frame or shown the data frame. Then you are able to get the outcome. So like with this particular approach as well, you will be able to uh, get the data in terms of already with single column. Certain infer schema related stuff was there, it is going not able to infer the schema, because probably it is inside, like string is having, I think, say certain values, and it is going to it is going beyond those particular values. So because of those particular values, like with respect to the length and all, so if it is going beyond those particular values, so it is creating issue, it was not able to infer the schema. Okay, and we were getting the issues. So this is also one approach that you can leverage in order to, you can say, uh, get the outcome in desired format. Right, Vandana? Vandana?
Okay, sir. Yes.
Okay, simple. Basically, like if we
Can
are
you
having this kind of issues, so we need to go with multiple iterations in order to get the desired outcome. Okay, that's what
can you
we are
paste
able
this
to
in
see.
the chat box?
Sure.
Okay.
And confirm, like, are you able to do it? Do the execution with this. So over here, what is happening? It is going to create a tuple based upon the map function. So we will have tuple, and then we are going to convert that, you can say, tupled values into the data frame with this particular column name that is mentioned over here. Okay, so probably like you have done the execution based upon the two columns. Are you able to do the aggregation based upon two columns?
Um, yeah, based on two columns, I am able to do.
Okay, okay. What about others? Aggregation based upon two columns. You just need to mention another column name over here. Say product ID. Right? Product
Yes, it's
ID.
working.
Okay. Okay. So you will be able to do the aggregation based upon two columns. Now, what we are having, okay, it's 170. No? Okay, so we are going with the simple stuff. Like, say, we have done certain amount of processing. Now, what we need to do, we need to like take this particular outcome and write this particular data. Okay, onto disk or onto a particular location. So once you need to write the data, then you need to leverage standard data write API, standard data write API. This will be the last topic for the day, standard data write API. Okay, so inside the Spark, what we have seen, we were having three, you can say, main steps: reading data, processing data, and then writing the output. So this is the third step, like writing the data onto a particular location. So say we were having this group df. Okay, so group by df is a data frame that we are having. Then we need to write it dot write. We are going to leverage standard data write API. Okay, dot format, in which format you want. So format is, say, CSV. Okay, then like option, we are having different options. Dot option. Do you want to have the header information? So header, and say true. Okay, you want to have header information. That is fine. This is the second option. Then say uh, mode. Over here as well, we are having certain modes. So let me like utilize first mode. Say overwrite. Override. So overwrite mode I'm going to utilize. Then uh, the path of that particular file, location where you are going to store this option, and you just mention the path. So path, and then you just need to give the path of that particular location and say, I just want to store the outcome onto this particular location. Say this is the location that I want. Okay, right, and say output. say custom output, custom output. So output. So what this particular data read API is going to do, this is going to uh, write the data onto this particular location, and dot save is the last stuff, dot save. Okay. So we are going to write the data in this particular format. Option like header will be true over there. This particular file will be having the header information. Mode overwrite, we are having different mode. 4 modes are there once we are going to write the data. And onto this particular path, we are having certain other stuff as well, say partition by, okay, bucket by compression, okay, or different, like these are the clause which are I'm able to recall at this moment. So we can have these particular clauses as well once we are writing the data, but at this moment we are not going to leverage these particular options. We are going with this standard simple data write API. Let me copy it and paste it over here. Okay, so I just want to write the group by df, and let me do certain formatting over here. Let's save. Okay, so I'm going to write on this particular location. Now over here, once you are going to write with the help of PySpark, then it is going to create a directory or folder for you onto the location that you have mentioned. So a particular folder will be created, and based upon the mode that you have utilized, the data will be written over there. Okay, so let me try to do the execution, and we will see like what is happening. Okay, so big data masters program and custom output, big data masters program and custom output. One folder will be created over here, custom output, with custom output name. First of all, like, okay, we are checking. Okay, the execution has been done, and custom output is not there. Refresh. Okay, custom output is here. Okay, directory is empty. Execution has been done. Dot collect. Data must be there.
Ashok, we are giving the file format and all the thing. What is the name of file? Means output file name.
No, no, it will be automatically created. The file name will be automatically created by PySpark. Okay. File format writing error. We just need to focus on to the error. We must have big data this error occurred. And what is the error? We mention more overwrite over here. Okay, okay. That is closed. I will show you one issue as well that is there. Heater tree overwrite each and everything is fine now. Okay. Still the error is there. Hmm. Okay. Just a minute. That's what we are looking. Group by dot type. By type of group by. So we just need to check the type of group by we are trying to write it, but what is the type for this? We are trying to leverage the data write API, but what is the type of this group by? That is data frame only. Yeah. If data frame is there, then we must be able to write it. Mode override. Uh, another stuff. Hmm. Format CSV path is format is correct. Df dot write CSV and then path. Okay. Mode. Mode override. Standard API. Don't know. This particular command I have utilized multiple time, but don't know like why this is throwing errors. I have executed this particular command multiple times, and now what is it is saying? Mode override. Let me remove this. Still it is throwing error. Path already exists. Okay, custom one. That is fine. Custom one. Custom one is there, but it is not writing over here. Let me try to write another data frame. Customer data frame only, customer data. It shouldn't be blank. It shouldn't be blank. Output. We must have certain partition files over here, but we are not able to get the outcome over here. We are using simplest, you can say, approach, customer data dot write dot csv, and this is the path where we want to have that particular data. Okay. Now certain errors are there. Okay. Writing is not happening. Writing is not happening. So Hadoop bin utils. So why writing is not happening? Probably this is the reason. Download. So we need to go onto the presentation. Big data factory, Spark environment and presentation. I'm able to get the issue basically. So we need to download hadoop.dll file. Hadoop.dll file. That is creating issue in order to write the data, the output. So 3 dot Hadoop 3.3.4 GitHub Hadoop 3.4 CMD PySpark. Spark 3.4 Spark 3.4. So Hadoop DLL, this is the file, and download this particular file, and let me put it inside the Hadoop bin. That's it. It's not commonly download. Make sure. Keep. Report this file is safe. See, drive Hadoop bin. Download is not. It is not downloaded. keep anyways. Okay, Hadoop DLL. Hadoop, Hadoop. Huh. Fine. Let me try to do the execution once again. And now let me try. Okay. So we have downloaded hadoop.dll file. Let's check what is happening right now. Custom output. We are trying to download inside the custom output. Fine, fine. Okay. Execution has been done. So let me check onto the output directory. Big Data Masters program, distributed Spark. Okay, over here custom output, custom output, and see we are able to get the output. So this was faced earlier as well. Like say if you are not having hadoop.dll file, this particular code was working perfectly. I have done the execution of this particular code multiple time. Okay, but it was not giving the descriptive error as well. So then I recall that like it might be because of hadoop.dll file. Hadoop.dll file is required in order to write the outcome. And once like I was creating this particular recording in order to set up the environment, Spark environment. At that moment as well, I was not having the information about this particular stuff, and this is not mentioned inside the PPTs as well. PPTs or in these particular recordings. So this is required in order to write the data. We need to have hadoop.dll file inside our bin or inside our Hadoop form, and once we will be having that, we will be you can say able to write it. So you can leverage this particular Spark standard write API in order to write the output, and just have a look what is there inside the output. So with respect to the output, like what we are able to see, uh, this is the part file, and Rohit, we have not given the name. It has been taken automatically. Yeah. So this is what like with respect to our output, ID, then count, and then average of product ID and sum of amount ID. Okay. So same like if this is the data frame, if this is the data frame, so we will be able to write it onto the disk, and we can leverage the Spark standard data write API. Okay, that's it. That's it for the day. Just have a look and ask if you are having any doubt. Vandana, Rohit, Swati, Raj Babu. Okay, if you are having any issue with respect to the data read API, write API, you can ask. Anyone having any doubt?
Yeah, no issue in that. Only I have
Okay,
some other thought. So I am working in Databricks, so I am trying to do it. So let me try, and if not happens, we'll ping you.
Databricks is having its own environment. Probably you will not
Yeah,
be getting this
yeah,
particular
but
error.
not it's
Like we
writing, but
have,
I'm not getting the path. I'm searching that one. Write has been done, so I have done that one. So there is no error. Written has been done. So, but
okay,
only I'm
probably
searching
you.
that where is that file.
Mhm. No, 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 no. File. You are trying to say like file name. File name is required over here. Huh?
No, 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 no. In Databricks, I have done this in other way, so it returned down my output, but only I'm searching the path that where how to get that CSV file.
Okay, CSV file. Okay, so the second mode what I was writing .csv, and say the path you can mention over here. This particular path you can mention over here. That's it. With the help of this particular, you can say more as well. You will be able to write it. So and say output 3. Okay, output 3. It will be also working at this moment. Output 3 will be another, you can say, directory that will be created over here. Okay, and output 1 2, output 3, and inside the output I will show one another issue that you may face. Once you are working, you will work with data write API. Yeah, so it is okay. So the execution has been done. Output 3 is there, and we are able to see the output as well. Now over here, output inside the custom output, let me open this particular file now. Okay, I have opened this particular file, and now let me try to do the execution of that particular code. Now it will throw error. At this moment it will throw error. First, like, we will get the error, and then I will tell you like why we are getting this particular error. At this moment it will throw error. Okay, so it has given the error. Okay, so I faced this particular issue, and I was not able to get the information. Failed to delete. Failed to delete. So what is happening once you are utilizing the overwrite mode? Overwrite mode means what is happening inside the overwrite mode. Whatever the data is available in this particular directory, it is going to delete that particular data and write with respect to the execution. It is going to delete whatever available onto this particular path. It is going to delete each and everything, and then write with respect to the new query that you are going to execute it. So what has happened over here, like, with respect to the overwrite mode, it should work, but inside the windows, like, if you have opened something, you will not be able to delete. I have opened this particular previous file, and with respect to the overwrite, it must be deleted. It must be deleted, and then it is going to do the execution, and you will be able to get the outcome with respect to new query. Okay, so as this particular file was opened, so I was not able to delete in the previous query. Let me close this and do the execution of this particular file once, program once again. And at this moment, just have a look. So this particular file is created at 1346. 1346. Now it will be deleted, and I will be having new data with respect to the new execution. So let me refresh it. In this particular directory, I will get the refreshed data in this particular directory only. Okay, so that has been deleted. Just have a look. Now we are not able to see custom output. Let me refresh it. That particular directory has been deleted. Now it has been created once again, and with new output, say at 1349, that is the current time, the data which was available with respect to 1346, it has been deleted, it has been gone. Now we are able to see the outcome. Okay, and that is the same, because like the same execution has been done. So it might happen with you as well, like, say you have opened a particular file and you are trying to write on that particular location with overwrite mode. then you will get certain error, and if you are going to decode those particular error, you will not be able to get the information. So certain like environment variable related stuff or certain Windows related issues, you will not get descriptive information with respect to those particular error. So once we were writing the data, Hadoop DLL file was missing, but we were not able to get that particular information. I have researched a lot onto that particular stuff, and then I came to know that Hadoop DLL file is required over here inside the Hadoop Hadoop and bin. So if you are not having that particular file, then write API will create issue. You will not be able to write onto the disk. Okay, especially in case of Windows, when once you are setting the Spark locally. Okay, so you need to have Hadoop DLL file as well in order to write it, and then you will be able to write, and you will be able to get the outcome onto the disk. So that is, you can say, that is all with respect to the today's session. What we have seen, like, we have gone through with the processing data part, and inside the processing data part we have gone through with the data cleaning and processing, and from the cleaning we have gone through with different operations or functions basically, and then we have gone through with the aggregation related stuff and grouping the data with group by, and different, you can say, functions we have utilized inside the group by. Then we have seen the standard data write API. With respect to the standard data write API, we faced challenge with we were not having Hadoop DLL file inside the bin directory, bin folder in Hadoop, or on Hadoop home we were not having Hadoop.dll file. So we have downloaded that DLL file, Hadoop.dll file, and then the error was resolved. So that's it for the day, friends. If you are having any doubt, you can ask, or we can conclude the session for the day.
Ashok, please share this today's notepad and with the code also that we run codes for the practice.
Okay, okay, I will share.
Thank you.
Raj Babu, Swati, Vandana, Rohit. We are having two Rohits. Huh?
No, nothing from my side.
Okay, sir, it's good.
Nothing from my side, sir.
Okay, okay.
Please share
Then we
the
can conclude the session. Huh? Thank you.